So, you have already seen everything there is to see in Madrid and wondering what else is there to visit? Well, here are some awesome places you should definitely visit around Madrid. San Lorenzo del Escorial town. San Lorenzo del Escorial is a small town situated at the feet of the Sierra de Madrid mountain range at the northwest of Madrid. Maybe its main and most known attraction is the El Escorial Monastery. The monastery is a huge building that extends over an area of more than 35,000 square meters and was constructed between 1563 and 1584 by the King Philippe II, and since 1984 it is a part of the UNESCO World Heritage. The basic entry fee is around 12 euros, but is really worth the price. There are several things to see inside the monastery, such as the basilica, a library about 54 meters long, the Pantheon of Kings, the battle room, the gardens and the crypt. In all of them, you will be amazed by the architecture of the building, the sculptures and the paintings. Next to the monastery and located in a large park is the House of the Prince, and it is one of the residences of the royal family. It is a small house of about 27 meters in length and 2 stories, surrounded by a beautiful garden with hydrangeas, pines and sequoias. There is also a restaurant where you can relax and have lunch. The San Lorenzo del Escorial town is quite a beautiful town, with many pastry shops, restaurants and places to walk or trek. One of these treks is to the chair of Philippe II, situated at above 1400 meters. From there you can see all the town, the monastery, all the surroundings, and it is a great place to take a picture. Valle de los Caídos, or Valley of the Fallen. Since October 2022, officially known as Valle de Cuelgamuros, it is about 10 kilometers from the village of El Escorial, and it is a monumental complex formed by a Catholic basilica, an abbey, and a 150 meters high cross sitting on a summit of a cliff that dominates the entire valley, with the peculiarity that the basilica is entirely underground. It is an enormous structure and considered one of the greatest exponents of the Francoist architecture. The dictator Francisco Franco ordered its construction in 1940, where the fallen of the glorious crusade were buried, more than 33,000 combatants from both sides of the Spanish Civil War. It is an imposing landmark that you definitely need to see. And remember, if you enjoyed our video, give it a thumbs up, consider leaving a comment, and definitely subscribe to see more videos like this. The Aranjuez village. Aranjuez is a small town situated in the extreme south of the community of Madrid, and it is the place of the royal palace of Aranjuez, which has been the country residence of the Spanish kings. The things to visit in Aranjuez is the Royal Palace, which is also a World Heritage of UNESCO, surrounded by more than 250 hectares of amazing gardens, fountains and sculptures. Located at the confluence of the Tajo and the Jarama rivers, the surroundings of the palace are as beautiful as its interior, with great gardens and parks to take a stroll, enjoy nature and its fauna, like the peacocks present all through the garden. The entry fee of the palace is about 9 euros, but the gardens are free. There are 3 main gardens around the palace, and another named Garden of the Prince not far from it. Another beautiful landmark to visit in Aranjuez around the palace is the San Antonio Square, or have lunch at one of the typical Spanish restaurants, or even kayaking on the river. The Chinchón village. Situated at about 15 kilometers from Aranjuez, Chinchón's main attraction is its Plaza Mayor, or the central square. Listed as one of the most beautiful in the world, it is a square of medieval origin with several entrances and a rather irregular shape. It dates back to the 15th and 16th centuries and has 234 balconies with green railings. On the time of filming, the village had its festives and the square had stands all around for bullfights. Below the square's buildings are many restaurants where you can enjoy the typical Madrid cuisine. Other things to see in Chinchon is its cathedral that dates back to the 16th century, having a Gothic, Renaissance and Baroque architecture, and of course the castle of the Counts. Sierra de Madrid. If you like hiking, trekking or any outdoor activity, or just want to see some beautiful small mountain villages, then Sierra de Madrid offers you a lot of great places to spend your days. With peaks that rise above 2,000 meters, there are many trails and routes to enjoy the scenery and unique landscapes. One of these unique landscapes is La Pedriza, where among the rock formations you can almost distinguish stone giants. A beautiful spot to visit in spring around the month of May when the rock rose is in bloom. A few villages to consider visiting in the Sierra de Madrid are Navacerrada, Rascafría, Buitrago de Lozoya or La Iruela. All in all, visiting the Sierra de Madrid mountain range is a must when you are done visiting the capital. So that's it for the things to see outside Madrid. My name is Alex Moraras. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, consider leaving a comment, and definitely subscribe to find out more things to visit when you come to Spain.